Hey guys, it's Betsy, and today I have a few tips if you're going into high school or you just need some tips for high school. I mean, these are probably better tips for freshmen. I feel like if you're a sophomore or a junior, or if you're gonna be a senior, you probably already know like all of these. I put together a list of things that personally would have been helpful for me as a freshman, and I might not have listened to them as a freshman, but they're things that I've learned that hopefully I can share with you guys and you will know better than I did. My list is like kind of unorganized, so we might jump all over the place, and I'm sorry about that. Tip number one is to set out your clothes the night before, and not just your clothes, but like your backpack. Put together everything that you need for the next day and keep it like all in one spot. Have everything put together. That way you don't have to worry about waking up early to do it. It's all done right there. You don't have to like stress about it in the morning. You don't have to worry about if you misplace something. Even if you don't pack your backpack, have like all of your stuff next to your backpack so you can just throw it in the morning. If you still need to finish something, just like have everything together so that you make sure that you don't lose anything. And then setting out your clothes the night before, you can easily like pick some stuff and then you don't have to worry about finding a cute outfit in the morning or even finding which sweatshirt you want to wear, because let's be honest, most of high school I have worn sweatshirts and that's it. Okay, I know most people say that as soon as you get home from school, do your homework, get it done, and then you have the rest of the night. Don't do that. You're not gonna do it anyways, so why would you say that you're gonna do it? That's just like stupid. Give yourself a break when you get home from school. Give yourself a certain amount of time, whether it's half an hour or an hour, even an hour and a half, to just like eat something, relax, watch TV, watch Netflix, and chill. Get your mind to like reset from the day and then start your school. Give yourself a chance to like recharge from the day and then start on your homework. If there's nobody on your bus that you talk to and like you take the bus, then work on your homework there. But I also understand like if you have friends on your bus, you want to talk to them, you want to chill out then. So do your homework when you get home after a certain amount of time and try and stick to that schedule. Especially like the first week or two of school, have that be your schedule. You won't have that much homework, so it'll be easier to do. And then once you've done it for like 2 weeks straight, then you'll have like your routine and you'll have your pattern built up, so then it'll be easier to stick to later in the year. Okay, my next tip is get a good planner. Get a cute planner that you like, that you want to use, and use it. Write down everything you need to know. Write down everything your teacher says that you have to do, even if it's for next week. Write it down, get it in there, stay organized. It'll really help, I promise. It'll help with like if you have a job after school, even if you don't, if you're just hanging out with your friends, if you have a sport or a club, it's nice to have everything in one place. You know what you have to do. It's like listed out, super nice. And then a really fun thing that I like to do with my planner is to color code it. I know that sounds like really lame, but it's really fun because you get to play with all these different colors. Everything is organized. You can have a different color for every subject, or you can have a different color for if you're in a sport or if you have a job or if you're hanging out with your friends or whatever. Have a different color for like everything, and then it's just easily laid out. It's easy to see what you have to do, how much you have to do of everything, and it honestly makes your planner look a lot less scary when it's colorful. And try and keep your planner as neat as you can. Write stuff down neatly so that you can tell what it is later. Keep important things in your locker. Keep anything that you might need at all throughout the school year in your locker. Your locker will become a mess, but it's important to have certain things in there. A few important things that I had in my locker were hairbrush, mints or gum, if you have braces and you can't chew gum, mints, or like icebreakers or something, hand sanitizer, lotion, because when you're washing your hands at school and you're using that stupid school soap, your hands get dried out, or if you're in an art class or something, your hands get dried out, you need lotion, okay? Don't forget lotion. It's way more important than you think it is. And then a mirror. I had one of those like magnetic mirror lockers, which I really liked having, but mine was even better because it was like a mirror but it folded and then it was a whiteboard. So it was like it looked like a whiteboard, and then you unfold it and it was a mirror, which was super nice because then it's not like vain and taking up a bunch of space like a mirror, like, oh, I'm just checking myself before I go. It's more like whiteboard. These are things I have to remember, or this is just a cute little saying that keeps me like fresh. And then there's a mirror if you need it. I think that's like everything super important I had in my locker, but I would highly suggest keeping those things in there. You never know when you're gonna need it, and they could really save your life or somebody else's life. You never know. Next tip, don't get discouraged if you get a bad grade. Everybody gets bad grades. It's just what happens. Even if you've had good grades all your life and like all through middle school, you've just been acing everything, you barely had to study, it won't be that way in high school, and you're gonna have to get over that. Like, that's how it is. Especially if you're taking honors classes or AP classes, it's gonna challenge you and you're gonna have to learn how to study. You're gonna have to work for what you want, and that's kind of gonna be something that you're probably gonna have to learn on your own. I know for me, like, I was really stubborn, and for the first few months of school I was like, I don't need to study, like, I've never had to study, this is fine, like, I know the information. And then I got to the test and I didn't, and it takes a few times for them to like shock you into actually having to like teach yourself and study the material yourself so that you know it when you need it. And it's gonna be really hard when you're used to getting all A's and all of a sudden your test comes back and it's a C-. It's scary, and I'm not gonna lie, I may have cried at a few bad grades, but don't. Like, that's the easiest way I can tell you. Don't get so discouraged. If anything, let the bad grade motivate you to study and to work harder and get a better grade next time. You're not stupid because you got a bad grade. You just didn't do what you needed to get a good grade. And try and find some study habits that work for you. It's hard and like it's annoying having to like come up with a study routine, but it'll be helpful, especially when you get to college. Like, these study habits and learning how to study and like know for yourself these 4 years of high school, having those like habits and routines will prepare you so much for college, and it'll be so helpful once you get there. Write down everything. Write it down in your planner. Take good notes. Don't write yourself little shortcuts in your notes. You won't remember what your shortcuts mean by finals. You won't. And then you won't know how to study for finals because you need to study this section and you have no idea what this section says. If you have to take shortcuts while you're writing your notes out, like if your teacher's talking really fast or if the PowerPoint presentation just keeps moving and it's not slowing down, shortcut it there and you can be as messy as you want there. But then after that, try and go back when you're doing your homework. Even if you're just like watching TV, and just rewrite out your notes. Write them neatly, write them pretty, do little doodles if you want to. You can even put in like diagrams, whatever you want to make your notes as good as they can be so that you can use them for studying later and you'll actually know what you're talking about, especially when finals come around. You're going to need your notes, so make them good. Also, for me, writing things down and like rewriting them really helps it like stick it in my brain. So rewriting your notes is like a really good study habit. Okay, this one's kind of annoying, but the way high school teachers act is different than the way middle school teachers act, and that seems like kind of obvious, but you don't really expect how they're different, if you feel me. You kind of have to get used to the weird vibe that high school teachers have. They're more willing to be like friends with you and like buddy, but you have to work for it more. Like, they have so many kids going in and out of their classes. They're not stuck with like the same few kids. I don't know how it worked at your middle school, but for mine, we were kind of split up into teams. So there was like 150 kids on this team and 150 kids on this team, and the teachers stayed with those teams. So we still like switched teachers for different classes, but you were still like stuck with those teachers. So like our teachers were used to us, and even if they didn't like know us during class, even if we didn't talk that much, like they still like knew who we were and they could see us interacting with each other. Your high school teachers can't see that. There's so many kids there. It's a huge school. They're not gonna see you like in between classes. They're not gonna see you at lunch. They're not gonna get to know you unless you put yourself out there and you talk to them. Middle school teachers will kind of like, they'll like you if you're quiet, if you do good work, and you're insightful in discussions. High school teachers don't care. They really don't. There's so many kids. They've had so many kids in the past. They'll have so many kids in the future. And you're just one of the many unless you make yourself stand out and you talk to them. So if that's what you want, if you want your teachers to be friends with you, work for it. And if you don't, that's fine. I wasn't really like friends with any of my teachers at high school. It just wasn't something that like mattered to me and that I really knew how to do. I'm just not the kind of person that would go up to a teacher and be like, so how was your weekend? You know, this is what happened to me. So, I mean, whatever. It took me a while to get used to the fact that they don't hate me just because they're not treating me how they're treating somebody else. You know, it's just like that kid happened to talk to the teacher and I didn't. So yeah, your teachers probably don't hate you unless you do something to make them hate you. They probably just don't care that much. Okay, as a freshman, you're always running around the school like you're running from class to class, and please don't. Nobody wants you to run. You really don't have to run. They give you enough time to get from class to class. Sometimes you have to speed walk, but speed walk considerately. Don't be like zigzagging in and out of people. It's annoying, and people will look at you and say, there goes a freshman. You don't want that. It's annoying. But don't walk slow either. Keep up with the pace, keep up with the flow of everyone moving, and everyone's life will be so much better. Don't just take up the whole hallway with your friends. Like, don't walk 4 people wide, don't even walk 3 people wide. Just give everyone space, give everyone room to like get around you if they need to, and give people on the other side of the hall a chance to walk by. And don't be super loud in the hallways. It's annoying. Nobody wants you to do that. Nobody cares what's happening in your life or your friend's life, so you don't have to scream about it in the hallway. It's fine. When you wake up in the morning, my best tip for waking up, this will save your life, maybe. Make sure that when you go to bed, keep like a full bottle of water next to you. Obviously, because usually you wake up in the middle of the night and you need water, right? But make sure that there's enough water in there, because when you wake up in the morning, when your alarm rings, as soon as you can, like not as fast as you can, but as soon as you can, sit up in bed and drink your water. Take your water bottle and drink as much of it as you can. This has been like proven, I think, to wake you up, kind of like get everything moving. You start off your day hydrated, you get woken up really fast, and then you're somewhat uncomfortable, so you don't want to lay down, and you probably have to pee, which will get you out of bed, and then you can start your day, and it's fast, like under 5 minutes, you're up, you're out of bed, you're starting to move. This has literally saved me so many mornings when I just didn't want to get up, because I just sat up, drank some water, and I instantly felt more awake. If you can, try to make sure that it's iced or cold water. That like really helps to wake you up, but if it's just like room temperature, that's fine too. Lastly, remember, school is tough, but so are you. You can handle this. You're gonna have a great year. I believe in you. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you found this video helpful. Hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.